We're delving further into what many AMC investors refer to as the suppression phase before the squeeze today, because AMC is once again displaying some rather peculiar behind-the-scenes actions. We'll discuss the mounting pressure on short sellers, the reasons why many investors think hedge funds are having trouble getting out of their positions, the growing conversation about FTDs and synthetic shares, the significant off-exchange trading activity, and the growing conjecture about a potential future collaboration between AMC Entertainment Holdings and GameStop. Many significant advancements are taking place at the moment, and when you make all the connections, you begin to see why so many ordinary investors think the pressure is still building behind the surface. One thing that AMC investors have observed over the years is that there's typically a great deal of suppression prior to nearly every significant MC rise. And when we talk about suppression, we're talking about abnormally high dark pool activity, aggressive short selling, significant downward pressure in spite of positive news, and price behavior that just doesn't make sense given the company's fundamentals. AMC just went through another phase where dark pool routing was very high, according to a post made by Stefan Vikstrom, and in the past, that has frequently occurred prior to strong upward movements. There were times in earlier AMC runs when dark pool activity was between 80% and 90%. Retail investors thought that purchasing pressure was being concealed from the lighted exchanges during those times. Eventually, as the inhibition subsided, AMC abruptly surged and produced enormous percentage improvements in a brief amount of time. Investors are now pointing out that identical trends are emerging once more. AMC has been revealing positive developments lately, which is why this conversation is getting louder right now. In addition to continuing to strengthen its financial position, the company's Q1 performance exceeded expectations, and investors are closely monitoring arena-related expansion prospects and potential future revenue streams. Nevertheless, the stock price is still under tremendous downward pressure in spite of everything. Many retail investors think the true narrative is taking place behind the scenes rather than on the surface because of this gap. Failures to deliver, or FTDs, are currently one of the most talked about topics. These are shares that were offered for sale but were never delivered to purchasers. Stefan Vikstrom's statistics indicates that AMC's FTD figures remain abnormally high, particularly when contrasted with businesses that are far larger than AMC. As a benchmark, investors have been comparing AMC to Apple. Apple's float is significantly larger than AMC's, and its market capitalization is thousands of times more. However, many investors believe that AMC's FTD surges are unusual for a business of its size. For this reason, a lot of retail traders still think that naked shorting and the production of synthetic shares are significant problems for AMC, because many people think the statistics would not appear this strange if AMC were actually under natural selling pressure. Rather, despite the company's strengthening fundamentals, investors continue to witness millions of shares failing to deliver while the stock price drops. The growing short interest rate is another important topic being explored at the moment. AMC's officially declared short interest climbed once more, with over 100 million shares being traded short, according to latest internet data. The number of days to cover is still high. This is significant to many AMC investors because it implies that despite the company's financial advancements, short sellers are still strongly positioned against the stock. However, a lot of ordinary investors also think that the short interest figures that are made public only represent a portion of the situation. Self-reported short interest data, according to AMC traders, does not accurately reflect actual market exposure. According to certain investors, the real bearish exposure may be far higher than what is shown in official data due to synthetic holdings, offshore swaps, and hidden derivatives. Because of this, a lot of people in the AMC community argue that the actual short interest rate may be significantly higher than the figures that are displayed to the public. At this point, the discussion gets even more fascinating, because borrowing activity is still very aggressive even as AMC's price continues to decline. Nearly every day, millions of shares are still being borrowed. Some feel this indicates short sellers are still frantically looking for liquidity, since investors monitoring lending statistics are observing continuous borrowing pressure. Additionally, there is a current notion concerning Discovery Capital. To be clear, this has not been formally verified and is still just conjecture. However, Some investors think big institutions might be strategically lending shares. According to the argument, organizations with substantial AMC holdings might lend shares to short sellers, earn loan fees, and then use the proceeds to keep buying more AMC shares. Theoretically, if that cycle persists, short sellers may eventually find themselves in a more difficult situation due to gradual increase in synthetic exposure. Once more, this is merely an investor idea, but it is one of the reasons why a lot of traders are closely monitoring borrowing activity. The ongoing increase in off-exchange trading is another indication of what investors refer to as desperation. Dark pool routing is still quite high, according to posts made online by AMC investors, such as Weedman DC. Over 70% of AMC activity was apparently moved off-exchange during certain trading sessions. According to retail investors, this limits the stock's capacity to represent actual demand by absorbing buying pressure away from the public market. And that's the main point that a lot of AMC holders are still making today. They think there is still a lot of demand for AMC shares, but the visible market price is not being completely impacted by this demand due to active shorting, synthetic production, and dark pool routing. To put it another way, a lot of investors think that the stock price no longer accurately represents the state of supply and demand for AMC shareholders. This is made even more frustrating by the fact that the film industry as a whole has been becoming better. The comeback at the box office keeps picking up steam. Attendance at theaters has been increasing, and major film releases are doing well. However, although other theater-related businesses seem to be rebounding more normally, AMC stock is still having difficulties. For instance, investors have drawn comparisons between Cinemark and AMC. Despite AMC being the biggest theater company in the world, several traders note that Cinemark stock has performed better. This has only encouraged investors in AMC to speculate that the stock is being suppressed more severely than its rivals. Simultaneously, a large number of individual investors are still critical of the financial media's coverage of AMC. There are still articles that discount AMC's prospects for the future and advise investors to concentrate on other businesses. AMC owners contend that a large number of these publications overlook the company's long-term transformation plan, debt reduction initiatives, revenue growth prospects, and improved balance sheet. Many traders think that AMC is currently entering a significant accumulation zone from a technical standpoint. Investors observing the charts contend that while short sellers continue to apply more pressure in an effort to keep the stock depressed before the upcoming earnings announcements, long-term holders continue to purchase and accumulate shares at lower prices. For this reason, a lot of AMC investors think that short sellers are getting riskier over time. The pessimistic argument is weakened with each quarter that AMC continues to exist and grows financially. The corporation keeps extending new business methods, increasing revenue potential, enhancing operational efficiency, and lowering bankruptcy concerns. This means that one of the most powerful tools available to retail investors is patience. AMC's alternative revenue potential through major entertainment events and concerts is currently one of the most discussed future options. Investors have talked about how live event screenings, concerts, and unique entertainment experiences in hundreds of theaters may bring in large sums of money for AMC. According to certain estimations that are making around online, the revenue potential could grow significantly over time if AMC